So Navy Federal has a few checking and savings accounts that you guys can get with them, and some are obviously going to be better than others. When you guys are barely signing up with Navy Federal Credit Union, what Navy Federal tends to do is give you their lowest tier checking and savings account right off the bat, at least up until you decide to change it. Now on this channel, I've talked about all of their checking accounts before, especially the best ones that you guys can get with them, whether you're in the military or not, like the free active duty checking account or even the flagship checking account if you're a non-military member. And to sum up what both of those checking accounts are before we start talking about the savings accounts that Navy Federal offers, pretty much you would just earn ATM rebates and a higher APY on your money based on your money you guys have in those checking accounts. Now when it comes to Navy Federal and their savings accounts, they do have 3 different ones that they offer, and depending on what savings account you get with them, some are going to be paying out more than others depending on what kind of money you have in there exactly. So what we're going to be talking about in this video, ladies and gentlemen, is the 3 types of savings accounts that Navy Federal is offering you guys and if it's worth it or not for you guys to get. So if you guys want more information in regards to this, then make sure to watch this video all the way to the end so that way you, sir or ma'am, do not miss out on any good financial information that can help you out. If you're already subscribed, then welcome back. But if you guys are new to my channel, my name is Ismael Sandiford and you are now watching Just Money, where we talk about financial related topics such as personal and business, credit, real estate, and other financial related topics. So if that's something you're into, then you're probably going to want to consider subscribing. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. So I've been getting a few requests lately of people out there wanting me to make a video on the money market savings account, which is one of the 3 savings accounts that Navy Federal is offering us. Now before I talk about that savings account, ladies and gentlemen, let's quickly go over their share savings account, which is a savings account that most of us out there typically have. Now the share savings account is typically the savings account that most of us out there start out with, that requires a minimum deposit of $5 in order to open up an account and start banking with Navy Federal. No matter how much money you guys have in the savings account, you're always going to be earning a 0.25% APY based on the money that you guys have in that savings account. So if you guys are planning on leaving a lot of money in this specific savings account, I honestly would just recommend to one of their better savings accounts that's going to earn you a whole lot more money than what this savings account is offering you guys. Now other than this regular savings account, Navy Federal is going to offer you guys 2 other savings account, which goes by the name of the money market savings account, and then we have the jumbo money market savings account. But other than those 2 money market savings account, Navy Federal actually has something called a traditional IRA savings account and then a Roth IRA savings account. Now those are going to be different from the regular 3 savings accounts that we're going to be talking about in this video. So in order to not confuse you guys, I'm going to be doing a whole separate video on the Navy Federal IRA account. So if that's something you guys are interested in watching, then comment the word Navy Federal IRA so I know that's something you guys want to watch. But anyways, other than the regular share savings account that Navy Federal is offering you a 0.25% APY based on the money that you guys have in that account, the other savings account that Navy Federal is going to offer you is again going to be called the money market savings account and the jumbo money market savings account. So when it comes to the money market savings account, ladies and gentlemen, this account will not earn you any kind of interest unless you have a minimum of $2,500 in this account. If you guys at least have $2,500 in this account, then you will now be earning a 0.95% APY return on your money. Now, if we look at the flagship checking account with Navy Federal, the max they will ever give you based on the money you have in your checking account will never be nothing past a 0.45% APY. So that's literally less than half the APY you guys would earn on your money if you were to have your money in the flagship checking account versus having it in the money market savings account if you guys have a minimum of at least $2,500 in there. Now, compared to other financial institutions out there, ladies and gentlemen, like Chase Bank, Navy Federal in this case scenario is going to be way better than them because Chase Bank, ladies and gentlemen, is only offering you a 0.01% based on the money you guys have in that checking account. To where Navy Federal, on the other hand, is at least giving you a 0.45% APY based on the money that you guys have in that flagship checking account. So let's do the math real quick. If you were to put $20,000 inside a checking account with Chase Bank, ladies and gentlemen, you would only earn $2 for that whole entire year. But if you were to keep $20,000 in your Navy Federal flagship checking account for at least 1 whole year, then you would earn at least $90. But then if you were to put $20,000 in your money market savings account, you would earn a 1.06% based on the money you have in that account, because there are different tiers with this savings account depending on the money you have in there. So again, if you were to have $20,000 in your money market savings account, then that right there would earn you a total of $212 for the whole entire year. So that's literally $210 more that you would earn just for having your money in this money market savings account versus having your money in an account like Chase Bank. Now, I'm not going to lie, if you guys are super serious about earning money just for having your money in a checking or savings account, then honestly, I would recommend to just put your money in a high yield savings account like SoFi, for example. Now, these interest rates are always fluctuating, so at the time of this recording, SoFi is actually offering you a 3.80% APY based on the money that you guys have in that high yield savings account. So if you were to take that same $20,000 and put it in a high yield savings account like SoFi, that same $20,000 is going to earn you $760 for the whole entire year, which is a significant difference. So if you were to calculate that monthly, that would roughly be $63 every single month that you would earn just for having your money in a savings account like this. So if you guys are interested in signing up with a bank like SoFi, so that way you guys can earn a 3.80% APY based on the money that you guys have in that account, I would recommend to use my link in the description below so that way you guys can get a free $25 to $325 just for simply using my code and depositing money in there. But back to the Navy Federal Money Market Savings Account. I believe this is something good if you guys only want to have your money in with Navy Federal and not any other financial institutions out there, because at the end of the day, a move is better than no move. So if you guys do choose to only have your money with Navy Federal, then I would recommend to at least get their money market savings account so that way you guys can earn a little bit more money versus just having it in their checking account. And like I said earlier, there are going to be different tiers based on the money that you guys have in your money market savings account, which are going to range anywhere from $2,500 all the way up to over $50,000. So if you look at the screen right here, it's literally going to tell you if you have anywhere from $2,500 to $9,999, you're going to earn a 0.95% APY based on the money you have in that savings account. And then if you have anywhere from $10,000 to $24,999, then you will now earn a 1.06 APY based on the money you have in that account. And the next number is going to be $25,000 to $49,999, and that's not going to be too much of a difference between our last tier. It's literally only going to be like a 0.04% difference. The only big difference they have is if you guys have at least $50,000 or more in the savings account, because at that point, you're going to be earning a 1.50% APY. So again, let's do the math. If you guys have $50,000 in your money market savings account, then that right there is going to earn you $750 for the whole entire year just for having $50,000 in there. But again, like I said earlier, if you were to put that same $50,000 in a high yield savings account like SoFi, then that right there is going to earn you $1,900 for the whole entire year. And ladies and gentlemen, that's roughly going to be $158 that you would earn every single month just for simply having your money in a high yield savings account like SoFi. And again, if you guys are interested in signing up with SoFi, use my link in the description below so that way you guys can earn something versus nothing. And also really quick, if you guys are finding any of this information helpful, if you guys could do me a favor and hit the like button, I would truly appreciate it because it really helps me out a lot, and then it's also a dope way to help support the channel. Now the last savings account with Navy Federal that we're going to be talking about is going to be called the Jumbo Money Market Savings Account. Now, this savings account is more so geared to people who have a lot more money in their savings account, so let's quickly go over it. Now, if you have anything less than $100,000 in your Jumbo Money Market Savings account, then you're only going to be earning a 0.25% APY, just like how you would on their regular share savings account, which most of us out there already have. Now, if you have anywhere from $100,000 all the way up to $249,999, then you will be earning a 1.65% APY based on the money you guys have on that account. And that amount is going to be higher than the highest tier that they possibly have in their regular money market savings account. So if you look at their Jumbo Market Savings account, ladies and gentlemen, again, there are going to be different tiers based on the amount of money you have in there. But I will say, if you guys have $1 million or over, then you will reach the highest APY you can get with Navy Federal as far as their savings accounts go. If you guys were to have $1 million in your Navy Federal Jumbo Money Market Savings account, then that right there is going to earn you a total of $22,500 for the whole entire year. But again, if you were to have that same $1 million in a high yield savings account like SoFi, then that right there will earn you $38,000 for the year versus only earning $22,500. So that's a whole $15,500 more just for having your money in a better savings account. But again, as I mentioned earlier, if you only plan on leaving your money with Navy Federal because that's what you're most comfortable with, then this is an option that you guys can do. Now, if you guys are interested in opening up any of these savings accounts with Navy Federal, then all you have to do is call them and say, hey, I would like to open up a money market savings account or even a Jumbo Money Market Savings account, and they will gladly help you do that. You can also do it in the branch or even on your phone as well if you guys have the app, because they do have an option on the app to where you could just open up a new savings account with them immediately if you guys want to. And you guys can have as many of these savings accounts as you guys would like to. There's literally no cap to the amount of savings accounts that you guys can have. I've seen people with a regular share savings account, but I've also seen them with 5 money market savings accounts as well. So there's literally no cap to the amount of savings accounts that you guys can get with Navy Federal. Now, Navy Federal does have different ways to where you can earn more money on your own money, like getting a certificate. But the thing with that is, if you have your money in a certificate, you can't touch it for a certain amount of time. To where these money market savings accounts, you guys can do transactions to transactions pretty much anytime you guys want to at will. Now, I will be going over their certificates soon in a later video because they do have a special offer right now that I will be talking about. So if you guys are interested in watching that, comment the word Navy Federal certificate so I know you guys want to watch that. But that's going to wrap it up for today's video, guys. I hope you guys found value in any of this information as always. If you guys have derogatory items on your credit report, like late payments, charge-offs, collections, bankruptcies, or whatever it is, and you've been working with somebody who couldn't get that off for you, send an email to my business email, justmoneyish@gmail.com, saying credit repair, because I have an amazing credit repair person that I personally work with that can definitely help you guys out 100%. And also really quick, guys, if you guys are looking to get funding for your business, like anywhere from $50,000 all the way to $150,000 plus in capital, so that way you guys can actually grow and scale your business, send an email to my business email saying funding, and me and my team will reach out to you ASAP. But if you guys made it to the end of the video, then I truly do appreciate you guys. We are at 74,537 subscribers at the time of this recording, so I do appreciate all who watch. I do post post weekly videos for those that don't know, but if you guys haven't yet already, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't yet already, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that way you guys get notified every time I post a new video. And again, we talk about personal and business credit, real estate, and other financial related topics. So if that's something you're into, then you're probably going to want to consider subscribing. We talk about how to get high limits on your credit cards, how to boost your personal credit, how to obtain business credit. We talk about real estate. We talk about mortgage loan programs. We talk about all that. So this is your one-stop shop. And also really quick, for those out there that do not know, I am a licensed real estate agent and a licensed mortgage loan originator. So if you guys are trying to sell or purchase a home and you guys are in Southern California, all my information will always be in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.